Canadian Sport Fishing on TSN. Brought to you in part by Ford of Canada. Quality is job one. It's working. Johnson and Evinrude Outboards. And Quaker State Motor Oil.
Welcome to Canadian Sport Fishing. I'm Henry Waschuk. I have the pleasure this week of fishing with my son, and I'm saying I'm fishing with him because we just don't fish enough together, but we do take that time every single year. We're going to be fishing for bass, one of his favorite species, and mine too. And like everybody else, when you're fishing for bass, there's no better way than to get them coming up to the surface. So we're going to try surface baits. We're going to see if anything else works, maybe slow presentation follow-ups. We don't know yet, but hopefully it's going to be a great day. The sun's just coming out, and we're going to have a super time. Sit back and enjoy a great bass show.
One of the top areas for locating largemouths is the Muskoka Lakes region of southern Ontario. It's here that even though the main part of most of the lakes are deep enough for lake trout and whitefish, the shorelines are teeming with bass. Unlike the discolored water of warmer, shallower lakes, the Muskokas are clear, which makes it an additional challenge to anglers. These largemouth will especially be attracted to covers such as stumps and surface vegetation. It's here that they conceal themselves and ambush unsuspecting prey that happen by. Because of the clear water conditions, most bass will cruise into open water, mostly during low light conditions. As soon as the sun is up, they head for cover. One of the best ways to sneak up on these shallow bass in clear water is by drifting or paddling to them. Henry and his son Michael have the pleasure of stalking these fish using a Hughes shallow water skiff. Hughes boats are ideal for push-poling your way into shallow water areas. Originally designed for stocking shallow saltwater fish, their high poling platform makes it great for spotting largemouth holding areas. If your idea of a good time is fishing for largemouth, then you'll really enjoy catching them in the crystal clear waters of the Muskokas. When we return, surface fishing for largemouth. Canadian Sport Fishing on TSN. Simply the best.
Yeah, I can see a lot of little guys cruising in here, Mike, but let's try over there.
Oh, there's one. I heard that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Dad. Sounds good.
Oh, man.
I haven't seen him yet.
No, he's not bad.
He's not that bad. All right.
Oh, he's hooked up. Okay, let me get him around this way.
I'll hook up my rod here and help you.
Look at this. He got both hooks in him. He wanted it so bad. Wants to jump too. Look at this.
I think I'll get the pliers out. That's a nice sized fish, Dad.
It's a good sized fish. Come on. Oh, look at that. Talk about wanting that lure.
No kidding, I heard it. I wasn't even looking and you could hear it.
Okay, Mike, I'll let you do the honors. Bottom hook first. Pull it back the same way it came in. Oh, here, let me do it. Let's see. I'll show you this. It's so hard sometimes when fish get strapped up like this. I always say to try to get the easiest hook out. And this one's got the barb in, so I'm going to take the top one out through the cartilage right here. I think this one will be fine. Get the bottom one out. So important. It's nice handling the bass, but you know, they've got the hooks there, no problem. Handling it there. That's a
good 2.5.
Yeah, that's a good 2-pounder. Yeah. Quality tournament fish.
For sure.
Oh, I can't believe how he just came out of there.
Where'd you get him, off the pads?
Yeah, just off the edge. You just come flying over and boof. Oh, hear that goose going by there.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, look at that lateral line. You can really see it in this water, so clear. Go! on.
You got wet there.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you what, this looks so good. You know, you talked about all these stumps and so on. It's so flooded in the back here. Creek that just brings, you know, all this fresh water in here is so clear, but you can stir it up. We're just using electric. I got the big engine trimmed up so I don't disturb anything, but there's a lot of fish here, a lot of what I call immature fish, small, you know, anywhere between 6 inches and 12 inches, and we're trying to get the bigger fish out of here, but it's always a lot of fun, and I don't think there's any question, Mike, using surface baits is just great.
They sure are fun.
Yeah.
Get to see that fish breaking water for your lure.
Okay, let's see if we can get another one. That was great. I didn't think I was going to land that one. Steady. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe we got him.
Okay, hold it. Oh, all right. I can't even grab this fish, Mike. Oh, man.
I can't believe you got him, Dad.
I can't even grab it because it's hooked up in here, Mike, on the side.
Oh.
Okay, let's get the pliers. Well,
right here.
it's all that experience with Italo knife fishing, boy.
I can't believe you didn't get off. I saw another big cruiser, and gee.
Well, it could have been a mate. A lot of times at this time of year, you know, they'll hold an area, or maybe because of the feed and so on, you know, they think they're going to be getting a little bit of piece of meat or another bait fish. But Mike,
that's a nice one.
See now, Mike, and you thought, well, it's off. You're going to give up. You know, you never give up on fish like this because you don't know. See, when they get underneath and really tight on that line, by the way, you got to check your line because that was definitely underneath.
Yeah.
But look at that. Good fat belly.
Yeah.
Hey, good job,
Thanks a lot.
Mike. Good one. Let's get this one back.
I can't believe the size of his belly. It's just huge.
I'm telling you what. Beautiful.
Oh, look at the belly on him, eh?
Look at these stumps, though, Mike. Look, all this stuff that they've got covered. I don't know where you pulled that fish off. All I heard was the explosion.
Just a stump, yeah.
Just great.
Just a piece of wood sticking out. I didn't think it was that big at first. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Sometime, you know, even little poppers like that, you see a little bit of a ripple and you say, it's just a little one. And you'd be surprised, even the big fish are a little bit hesitant because the same thing with plastic worms and grubs, and we've got some for slow presentation. Because that's another thing I tell people, you know, if you're casting and that fish comes up behind and explodes, you know, instead of going ahead and casting again, if you don't get the fish on, follow up with a slow presentation, either a plastic worm or maybe a jig and a power craw or something like that, that makes it very, very slow and has the fish a chance to come up behind the bait and pick it up. But right now, we've had great success just using the poppers.
Two big ones.
National Fish Registry Update. Canadian Sport Fishing Productions is happy to announce the first annual Canadian Sport Fishing Golf Classic. This 4-man scramble event has been developed to raise money in support of fisheries research and public information to ultimately increase the quality of our Canadian sport fishing.
You know, if you watch our shows, you probably think that Henry and I just fish all the time. Well, we do spend a lot of time fishing, but when we're not fishing, you'll probably find us out on a golf course. This year, we're happy to announce that we're actually putting on our first annual Canadian Sport Fishing Golf Classic.
You know, the thing about it, Italo, is there's over 8 million people that fish, but, you know, there's over 4 million people that golf. And you think about recreational time. If you don't golf, you're fisher, you do a combination thereof, so it's really great. The other thing, too, it's all going to charity for our National Fish Registry, which you've seen on national television, and also a bursary fund that we're going to Sir Sanford Fleming College.
You know, Henry, there's over 130 contestants in this tournament. People have come up from as far as upper New York State to compete in this golf classic. We're so excited. We better get our golf clubs and get ready. Everybody's ready to go.
All right, I'm excited. Boy. All right, you want to swing? Boo.
The beautiful Greystone Golf Course, situated a few miles north of Milton, Ontario, was the site of the first annual Canadian Sport Fishing Golf Classic. Over 130 contestants showed up early to check in their golf equipment, take a few strokes on the practice range and the putting greens, and to register their team and pick up their bag full of complimentary gifts. Henry and Italo got a chance to welcome as many of the contestants as possible and wish them well. Before everyone knew it, it was time for the official start. Much like a bass tournament, golfers were lined up in their carts, ready for the official horn. As the contestants started teeing off, the mood went from anticipation to relaxation. Besides playing the best ball, there were lots of surprise bonus holes. Ford of Canada sponsored a new vehicle as a hole-in-one prize. Outboard Marine also sponsored a fully rigged bass boat and motor as a hole-in-one prize. While everyone was enjoying a great day of golfing, even Henry and DeTallo had the opportunity to leave their rods at home and take their clubs on the course.
Way to go, guys. Man, oh man. You know, one thing I like about golf versus fishing is that you get 4 shots up in the scramble tournament, and here we are in front of the pin. We're all really close. I wish I'd got the same idea with 4 shots on fish. Can you imagine? You got a fish going after a bait, got 1 shot and he misses, 2nd shot he misses, 3rd shot he misses, the 4th one you finally get him. Well, we're going to do the same thing with our putts. You watch. Ooh, I feel a lot more comfortable with a rod in my hand. That spinner bait, put that right in the hole.
Come in, the shot, come on!
Oh! Yeah! So, yeah, this is it here. Mark it up. All right, guys. Okay, next hole. All right.
You know what I like about this, Jim? You know what I like about this? There's no pressure in this game. It's kind of like fishing, you know?
I usually have a TV crew follow me whenever I play.
Just so you know, our philosophy is that when you go fishing, if you catch a fish, it's a bonus. In golf, if I hit the ball, it's a bonus. So I don't feel as bad.
What if you hit a fish with your ball?
Actually, I've never thought about that. Oh, what do you think?
It's all over it.
Beautiful.
All right, I don't believe it. It's on the green. Okay.
No, here it comes. Here it comes. Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
If you keep cool and concentrate, nice and easy. Actually, I'm just looking. The width of my putter is wider than the hole. Look at that. It's in there. All right, guys, we parred it.
Nice par.
Greystone Golf Course ranks as truly one of Canada's top courses. Located only minutes from Toronto, it combines the beauty of the Niagara Escarpment with the rolling terrain that mixes woodlots and open grass areas. The main building houses a luxurious lounge and dining area, the change rooms and lockers, and a well-equipped pro shop. The course itself is well laid out and has proven to be a challenge to both the novice and low-handicap golfer.
Well, Steve, what'd you think of the course?
This is a beautiful facility here, Henry. It's fantastic, it's challenging, and it's really well laid out.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great track. Well, more importantly, how'd you play?
Golf is a very humbling game, and our foursome was very humbled today.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had a great turnout, and I think a lot of scores, good scores came in, but there was a lot of people that were humbled out there. But more importantly, really want to thank you with Canadian Miss Whiskey and the National Fish Registry and the sponsorship you've got there.
Well, we're really pleased to be having a day like today to raise some funds for the National Fish Registry. It's an important cause. We've got to do some public education about what's going on with Canada's national angling heritage, and we're really pleased to be associated with Canadian sport fishing, and look forward to many years ahead of doing this.
Well, that's great. Thanks once again, and don't miss any of the action on TSN.
Ford, Angler of the Year qualifier. Pete Garnier from Lindsay, Ontario, entered a 44.5-inch long pike in this year's championships. This aquatic wolf was caught from Woman Lake in Ontario. This is one of many entries we've received from Gary Staroschuk in Selkirk, Manitoba. This picture-perfect 44-inch pike was hauled out of the ice-covered Winnipeg River in Manitoba. This entry will help Gary in the race for the Ford Angler of the Year, and he could win that grand prize, Ford Explorer truck. Coming up, Karcher, focus on your environment. Karcher, focus on your environment.
Environment Canada refers to carefully manicured lawns as, and I quote here, chemically dependent water hogs. You know, in summertime, Canadians' use of water goes up by 50% or even more. That not only depletes our water supply, but also our pocketbooks. Of course, we all know how negative chemical use can be. What they suggest is an environmentally friendly lawn that contains native grasses and weeds. Not only that, but areas of the lawn that aren't used socially, they should be allowed to grow wild. So you can forget about watering and weeding and fertilizing, and for that matter, even mowing as often, and go natural.
Good fish.
Yours is good?
Yeah.
Mine may be a pound. I can't tell though.
All right.
Mine hit pretty good too. Yeah, he's not very big. Whoa!
Mine hasn't come up yet, Mike. Got it?
Got it. I was watching you, and then the next thing you know, I got some tension on my line.
Yep.
Couldn't believe it. Turned around, I had a fish on.
Oh, he's under the boat here.
Should I let mine go?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, look at this one, Mike.
That's a big fish. All right, Dad.
Oh, now, that's a nice one, boy. You know, how much we've been working this morning, all these stumps and so on, and up around the lily pads. I had this one hooked, not too bad, just in the cartilage, but
He's hit pretty good, eh?
hit, just whoosh, that big explosion.
Okay.
And then you got yours same time.
Yeah, I know. I got it right off that stump.
Well, that's what I'm telling you, Mike. They're quality fish, you know, and you got to have the patience to keep working them over and over. But that's 3.5, 4 pounds, you know.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Good chunky belly. Oh, too bad. Hooked them there. Like, that sore will be all right. Try to take as much care as we can with our fish, because I'm telling you what, there's nothing like catching these big bass like this. Well, Mike, look at that belly. It's been feeding for sure. I'm telling you what, though, you know, in that clear water, that lateral line, when you look at it, look at this. The big old bucket mouth.
No kidding, that's huge.
Come on.
There he goes.
Henry Natello developed the SMART system to help anglers catch more and bigger fish. When it comes to largemouth bass, fishing in clear, shallow water, if you study, you quickly learn that these fish can see extremely well. This can work for or against an angler. If the fisherman gets too close to his quarry, it will spook. This means that the approach must be cautious, and the best results will be had by making long casts to potential fish-holding areas. If the bass don't seem to be hitting normal moving surface lures, try again by casting to the same areas, but dramatically slowing down your presentation. Up next, Abu Garcia, Tip of the Week. Abu Garcia, Tip of the Week.
The most important tip I can give you this week about fishing for bass is using polarized sunglasses. Many people don't realize it, but when you're out there and you're fishing clear water and lots of wood and structure, it's not so important just to look and find bass, it's to find the cover where they may be holding. So polarized glasses are a must. Now, the other thing too, I want to talk about our new rods that we've developed for Abu Garcia. The Gold Max series are medium fast action, but very, very stiff, enough to get those big bass out of cover, and they work really well. The other thing too, that when you're fishing clear water, the tip I can give you is about the line. The line's so important. Now, Berkley's come out with ultra thin line. Fantastic. This line is so great because 8-pound line, which I'm using today, feels like 6-pound test, but it's got the strength to pull out those big bass. Now, without question, I've got to admit, casting for presentation is probably the most important thing about success for getting those big bass out of cover. As you can see, we were using the poppers. They work so well, and I tie directly to them to get that good action. You're casting so so important, and making that presentation, just blurping it by the cover that you see and making that fish come out and strike it. So therefore, your cast got to be almost perfect. And don't cast right to a stump if you see it. Overcast it and bring it through that strike zone to make that fish come up and hit. Now, if you're missing a lot of fish, I can tell you one great tip here, and that's to switch up and go to a slow presentation. Doesn't matter what rod you have in the boat. It's probably a good excuse to tell your wife or girlfriend, so I need another rod. Henry told me so. But the thing is, you follow up with this rod and reel combination, slow presentation, plastic worm or a jig, and I've got power grog, which I really like to use by Berkeley for follow-up. But we didn't have to use it today, but some days you really have to go ahead and use these. Those are great tips. I hope you get into some great big bass, and let's go back and see that great action. Oh, Mike. Oh, hitting right.
You got one? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's fighting good, eh?
Oh, he's not that big, but all right.
Need help, Dad?
No, I got this guy.
Okay.
I got him. Oh.
He's not that bad.
No, he's not bad. All right. I'll tell you what, Mike, we hooked a lot of fish today. I'm taking a look at these ones. The last few, your big one was nice, but you can see that if you keep working the area over, you know, we've been back to this spot like 3-4 times,
yeah,
back down to the river there, back up through. Just fantastic. Not a big fish, but you know, you can't complain with bass anything like this size or bigger. Boy, okay. Big, small bass fishing, it's great, especially with poppers. There he goes. Oh, Dad, there's one. Okay, that's a good one.
Yep.
Nice and easy.
Whoa.
Oh, let me help you out here.
Whoa.
Good one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the hooks in his mouth there. Look at his broadside. He can't fight. Look at that.
Oh yeah, look, he's whipping it out almost.
It's like oh. Okay, let me see if it.
It's pretty big though, eh?
Yeah, it's a good size. Bring him here. Oh, he's only got one hook. Be careful.
Let's see if you can get him.
Okay, got him.
All right.
Oh, man. You know what? He had that second hook just on the side. Both hooks. That's why he was broadmouth all the way in. Oh, I got the one hook out.
Whoa. Oh, that's not bad size.
Yeah, look at that. That's a 3-pounder there.
He's got a big belly.
Oh, just on the edge. Yeah, I think they're right in here, Mike.
Oh, I got a pair.
Great. That's all right. They're pliers. Oh, got them out. Get a little bit of line twist there, Mike. Look at that. That is a good one.
All right.
Boy, with that sun on it.
So pretty, these fish in this lake, eh?
Absolutely. That's a good one. It's a long fish, though. That big, fat girth. Oh, get him back, Mike. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Good catch.
Let's see him go.
There he goes.
Yep, nice one, eh?
Hey, give me 5 on that one.
Thanks.
Boy, I tell you, it was so slow there for a while. We're getting all those little guys, and I can't believe it, you know?
Yeah.
They're here. We had that one, the one that you had, it was a little while ago, about an hour ago, and we had 2 other fish going after it, you know, just because it's so hungry in here. If they think anything that's going to come away from their mouth, they're going to pick it up, whether it's a little crayfish or a bait fish, whatever they're chasing. Poppers are still working, though.
Pretty incredible, eh?
Look at these trees, though. So old, mossed up with lots of cover. Sunny day is just perfect. Well, Mike, what'd you think of the trip?
Oh, it was great being out with you, Dad, and I really liked the spot. The technique was good, too.
Yeah, no matter what technique you use for bass, it's always great fishing. But more importantly, you got to take your kids fishing. I can't believe how big my son's got. He's 15 years old. We've been fishing every single year, try to get in as many shows as we can, but it's a great trip all around. Until next week, good fishing and conserve our waters. Okay, Mike.
Canadian Sport Fishing on TSN. Brought to you in part by Ford of Canada. Quality is job one. It's working. Johnson and Evinrude Outboards. And Quaker State Motor Oil. If you're planning an outdoor adventure, anytime, anywhere, contact the Sport Fishing Travel Network at 1-800-667-CAST or write to the address at the end of this program.
going ham.